Have you ever felt like you were being watched? That bone-chilling sense that unseen eyes are fixed on you, studying your every move? That was the terrifying reality I faced one fateful night. Let me take you back to where this nightmare began and the harrowing tale of the man at the end of the stairs. It was a typical Friday evening in late October. The crisp autumn air carried the scent of fallen leaves as I made my home from another long week at the office. I had just gotten home and was looking forward to a relaxing weekend. As I entered my small downtown apartment, I couldn't shake the uneasy feeling that something wasn't quite right. A strange energy permeated the air, sending a chill down my spine. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end, as if a ghostly presence lingered nearby, watching, waiting. Shrugging it off as just my imagination playing tricks, I went about my usual routine. I made myself a quick dinner, caught up on some TV shows, and got ready for bed around 11 p.m. As I headed down the dimly lit hallway toward my bedroom, a sudden icy chill washed over me, causing me to shudder violently. An overwhelming sense of dread gripped my soul as I felt a disturbing presence growing near. That's when I saw him, a dark figure standing motionless at the end of the stairs, frozen in place like a waking nightmare. Its soulless black pits gazed unblinkingly at me. My heart pounded as our eyes met. In that split second, a million thoughts raced through my mind. Who was this person? How did they get inside? Before I could react, the figure ascended the stairs, disappearing from view. With shaking hands, I called 911, my voice trembling as I struggled to relay what I witnessed. The police arrived within minutes, but after searching, there was no sign of the intruder. They chalked it up to my mind playing tricks, but I knew what I saw was undeniably real, and it had shaken me to my core. Over the next few days, I became a prisoner trapped in my own home. I constantly checked every door and window, making sure they were locked tight, afraid the entity may return. I slept with every light on, clutching a bat, terrified the sinister figure would manifest again. Then one night, I heard a faint creaking from the stairwell. Like footsteps, my blood ran cold as I peered around the corner. There he was again, that same silhouette frozen in place, staring up towards the second floor. This time I confronted the presence. "Who are you?" I called out, trembling. "What do you want from me?" It turned its faceless head towards me. Our eyes locked, and I felt an overwhelming sense of icy dread, as if the fires of hell burned within that soulless gaze. From then on, the hauntings became more frequent. At least once or twice a week, I'd encounter the mysterious man lurking in the shadows, watching me with those soulless black pits that chilled my blood. I lived in constant fear, never knowing when the ghostly apparition might appear. I couldn't eat, sleep, or think straight. Dark circles formed under my eyes as the torment became unbearable. It was as if some demonic force was toying with my sanity. Desperately, I researched my building's history. That's when I discovered decades earlier, a young man around my age had gone missing from this very apartment, never to be seen again. Could this entity tormenting me be that ill-fated soul's restless spirit? Or was something far more sinister at play, some ancient evil patiently waiting to unleash its unholy presence? The thought chilled me to the core. I knew I couldn't live like this, consumed by fear. So one night, I set up hidden cameras to capture evidence of this paranormal presence. For weeks, nothing happened. Then on one video feed, I watched in horror as a dark mass materialize at the stairs end. It stood motionless, then began changing, contorting into something human-like yet grotesquely distorted, its very existence defying the laws of physics. Paralyzed with dread, I watched this mutated creature pull itself up the stairs, its form convulsing unnaturally with each step. Part of my psyche fractured, having witnessed something no mortal was meant to see. As suddenly as it manifested, the entity vanished, leaving me questioning if the footage was proof or just a night terror of my unraveling sanity. The vile images seared into my mind. In the weeks that followed, the hauntings escalated terrifyingly. Objects levitated and flung across rooms. Blood-curdling shrieks echoed through the halls. And always, that menacing presence lingered with its cold, soulless stare. I was losing my grip on reality, consumed by visions my feeble consciousness could scarcely comprehend. This malevolent force seemed determined to erode my sanity, driving me to madness brink. With no options left before my fragile mind shattered, I abandoned my home and possessions to start anew elsewhere, fleeing to regain normalcy. But even years later, the waking memories and night terrors still haunt me. Of the man at the end of the stairs. I'll never forget that overwhelming dread or its dead gaze piercing beyond mere perception. Was it a deranged intruder able to elude authorities, or an ancient evil transcending our understanding of reality's veil? I may never know the truth, but wherever that malefic force originated, I pray it never reaches our plane again. Because once you've locked eyes with true evil, felt icy tendrils gripping your soul, you're forever changed. Parts of your innocence die, never to be reborn. You'll carry those scars eternally and never feel truly safe again, for the darkness takes root within. That bone-chilling presence, that existential dread, forever lingers beyond perception's veil, gnawing at your sanity's edges, waiting, watching, with inhuman patience for the barriers keeping it at bay to falter once more. An inescapable nightmare birthed from the void's depths, with no light to break its grasp upon your soul. A waking night terror that can never be unseen. Burn as you might to be free of its profound unholiness.